My name's Francis Paul Ripp. I'm with the Ripp Report, which is a nonprofit consumer group that has expanded into Backstory Podcast. And the Ripp Report also has a Facebook page, Baldwin County Legal Facebook page, and a Backstory Facebook page. This is a message to Baldwin County, the citizens of Baldwin County. If you're interested in your quality of life and looking at the unbridled development that's going on, you need to be concerned about a particular group that are trying to take over Baldwin County. And what I'm talking about is a group that started out many years ago called Stacy, Elliott, and Haygood. Mr. Elliott has wound up now being the state senator. And Mr. Haygood was the mayor of Daphne, and we have a new election, of course, coming up. That Stacy, Haygood, and Elliott, that went to Catalyst. That group, once Mr. Haygood and Elliott were elected, then the name changed and it went as Catalyst and was formed in Fairhope. That group is run by Mr. Scott Boone, and Stacy, Haygood, and Elliott then became Catalyst. And these groups sponsor people as candidates in different races. And it's very much like what you might have seen lately with Club for Growth when they were backing Mr. Hightower against Mr. Carl in the 1st Congressional District. Now, what happened there is Club for Growth will sponsor a candidate. However, when Club for Growth sponsors that candidate, they own them. They want to come back and tell them how to vote and what clique they have to be in. And if they don't, then they won't have anything to do with them and they will turn on the candidate. You can ask Mr. Bradley Byrne about that. Anyway, Catalyst became such a toxic name that they had to change the name. But in 2018, what Catalyst tried to do was run a candidate in every single race involving the county. Every single race. Myself, through the Ripp Report, as well as Baldwin County Citizens for Accountability, tried to inform the general public that this was a very risky situation to have a group of individuals that were all tied together trying to take over the power of the county. Luckily, we were able to disrupt part of that. Some of the positions were people that weren't Catalysts that did get in. So fortunately, they didn't do that. Now today, Catalyst's name has become so toxic that they have changed it to Scott Boone Consulting. However, the intent is the same as Catalyst, the same as Club for Growth, get control of government and as many municipal governments as you can, so where you can do what you want unregulated, like our sewer system in Baldwin County, the only unregulated sewer system in the county. But that's what Catalyst wants. They do not want any regulation. So what I'm asking you to do is to pay attention to your candidates. And I'll be specific in the fact that Fairhope is the home base of Catalyst. The mayor and 3 council people there, all the candidates running are Catalyst. Every one of them they want a Catalyst government. You go to Daphne, mayor, 2 city council seats. They want to take over Daphne. You go to Spanish Fort, the mayor and 1 seat on the council. And then you go to Bay Minette, which is probably the best example yet of the Good Ole Boys not being opposed in any way. And you have the mayor there wanting to stay in position. Now, you can recognize these Catalyst candidates easily by the way that they do their signs. They use a PVC frame. And what they did, which was pretty clever this last time, because they want to get control back again of Fairhope, as well as the other municipalities that I listed. So the day after qualification, they put signs up from Fairhope to Bay Minette. And everybody, and it is an optical thing to where you are seeing more signs of one candidate than another. But these are catalyst candidates. These are people that are obliged to go along. They are not in our best interest. If you are concerned about your quality of life, unbridled development, you're concerned about not having regulation over the sewer system, if you're concerned about your government being taken over by a cabal of people that have only their interests involved, then you need to know who Catalyst Scott Boone Consulting is. You need to identify these candidates by the signs that they have put up, and you need to vote them out. You also need to vote out anyone that's been in office any more than 2 terms. The more time they're in there, the more corrupt it gets. I cannot emphasize to you in the last 16 years just how corrupt Baldwin County is. And the corruption comes from groups like this. This is the good old boys giving themselves a label. So please pay attention, vote on the 25th, and for God's sakes, do not vote for any Catalyst candidates.